Hello, guys, and welcome to another episode of The Letter. We're on the third day at of Isabella's storyline. We didn't get that. Dude, are we gonna do like for each character? Do like the whole day stuff? Cause that's gonna be a while. I'm down for it though. Last time, got a little spook, got a little wholesomeness with the Dane minus Ashton, and then we got a little phone call with Ashton. So we're gonna be meeting up with him and the professor this episode. So should be fun. Hopefully shed some light. Because we know it's not just a psychological thing, obviously, but um maybe his study of ethnography will help give some clues about the history of the mansion. So or whatever. But yeah, let's just get started, guys. Morning dawns bright and clear the following day. Although the air still feels muddy, and I miss the chilly autumn weather, it's one of those rare weekends when I'm up even before my alarm rings. If it wasn't for Ash's call last night, I'd probably sleep in. Never saw this. When 9 a.m. rolls around, I'm already headed downstairs where Ash is waiting for me in his car. His hair's a disheveled mess, eyes drowsy, and overall looking like he hurried out to get out of bed. I mean, you say that, but he's still looking pretty good. That's all I'm saying, dude. Very stylish individual. Or fell out of it. Or both. He looks adorably rumpled this way. But I'm not going to tell him that. It only bloat his unbearable ego.
Good morning, Ash.
He made some motion with his finger around his ear. Tone it down. People are sleeping.
Can you even drive?
He answers me with a slight raise of his hand, a yawn, and nothing more. He has never been particularly fond of mornings, and for that I'm thankful to every god in the universe, less mental capacity for him to make fun of me. Okay, that's a pretty good line. I wouldn't say I'm a morning guy, but give me like a nice 30 to 45 minutes and maybe a coffee and I'll wake up. I don't even need the coffee to wake up. I just need like some time. Basically for me, mornings are, well, I usually like wake up once to go to the washroom, go back to sleep. When I wake up, I usually like stretch on my bed for like 10 minutes. Just like kind of like a cat, and I either fall back to sleep for like another 30 minutes to an hour, or I wake up and then if I fall back to sleep and then wake up, then I'm completely good. If I don't fall back to sleep, then I'm a little drowsy. Yeah, it takes me about 30 minutes to get back. But yeah, that's basically my morning schedule. I think I mentioned it before, but I don't really like to sleep a lot. I usually get like 5 to 6 hours of sleep. I don't know. My philosophy of, well, yeah, sleeping's fine, but I could also be watching something, reading something. So why sleep is for the weak, as they say. I don't know. I know people love sleep, I just don't love it. But yeah, anyways, there's some nice Eden trivia. There's a reason why mornings are my favorite. It doesn't take long for us to reach our destination. The small cafe situated in Lutzburns. The Lutzburns. I keep adding an extra Lutz and stuff. My bad. Busiest street, the same one I'd visit with Becca for its cheap food. I've never gone here on Sunday, and it's striking how different it appears without the usual weekday and Saturday rush. The atmosphere especially reminds me of something we also have back at home near the university I used to attend. I wonder what happened to it. It was being renovated before I left, so I never got to visit one last time. This place has always had a calming effect on me. But today, despite standing in a place similar to it, anxiety easily washes over me as soon as I step out of the car. I'm quite used to dealing with people I've never met before, thanks to my work, but still, I don't know him. In spite of the fact both Ash and Becca vouch for him, what will he think of me and my story? What if he thinks I'm crazy? How even my own friends thought so. Well, since he's a trained psychologist, he'll never outright say that, I assume. I draw in a breath to quell the panic beginning to rise in me. Oh well, only one way to find out. One way to quell it. A few hesitant steps forward, and then Ash suddenly pulls me back by my elbow.
Hold on, scaredy cat, not too fast.
Without warning, he flits my forehead hard.
That hurts. What was that for?
He's already walking away when I looked up, and I hurry to catch up to him, puzzled. I really don't understand this guy. At least explain why you're flitting other people's foreheads all of a sudden. So rude.
Get yourself together, will you? He's not going to bite. He's very accommodating, too.
I wasn't scared of him or anything.
Yeah, dummy.
You don't look like it. Didn't sound like you were okay last night either.
Huh?
What was that last one? Hey, don't just ignore me.
Old questions and retorts die on my mouth once he opens the door to the shop. A cast iron bell attached to it chimed softly, announcing our arrival. The smell of freshly brewed coffee welcomes us as soon as we step in. Back in the Cesar... Dude, I didn't even realize last time we went to Cesar Butts. That's cool. That the usual several tables and chairs have been set up for the patrons. But most of the customers have forgotten them in favor of a more comfortable throw pillow and bean beds the staff has laid out on the floor. Bean beds. Dude, I used to rock a bean bed back when I was a little kid in elementary school. I loved it. Too bad it eventually wore out when I kept jumping on it. They're dope though. I'll be honest, I always prefer like chairs to bean beds if they're comfy. Becca would love... Also, drinking coffee in a beanbag sounds horrible. Becca would love to know they have something like this on Sundays. She's been complaining how uncomfortable the library chairs are for a long time now. Oh, he's spited. Yeah, so we chose him instead of the priest that I assume Zachary would have came with us for. Ash leads me to a secluded spot near the window where an old man, probably in his 50s or 60s, is seated enjoying a brew and a book.
Professor Clark.
It's just Andrew now. I'm no longer your professor, Detective Inspector Frey.
Detective Inspector. This guy, Andrew, looks up from his book and gives him a smile. The blush. A sheepish look crosses Ash's face at the older man's admonishment. More unusual, in my opinion, is seeing him appear like a parent has just scolded him. It is a cute blushing face, let's be honest, y'all. But it suggests a familiarity between them, one that goes beyond what someone expects from a simple student and mentor. With another warm smile, he gestures for us to take the empty seats opposite to him.
Have you been waiting long?
Quite some time.
Sir Andrew, he's knighted, dude.
But I come here early on weekends.
No, he's probably not
It's time to
knighted.
get their first serving of bear claws.
It's like how
the
we...
only place that serves it here.
Sorry for interrupting. It's kind of like how we call Hannah Ma'am Hannah. Which is... It's a weird... Ma'am. I don't think we... at least in Canadian English, we don't use ma'am as a surname. I don't know, ma'am, like ma'am Isabella, ma'am Becca. A weird vibe to it. Bear claws, though.
I took the liberty of ordering for you two. I hope you don't mind. I thought it'd be best to talk over a decent helping of coffee.
Soon enough, a waiter brings us 2 more cups and sets down a basket of pastries.
Aren't you going to introduce the lady?
Hello. Nice smile. That's kind of creepy the way it transitioned to that face.
Ah, right, sorry. Isabella, this is Prof. Andrew. He's one of my professors back at the university. Andrew, this is Isabella Santos.
Santos. Portuguese, Spanish, Brazilian, Mexican?
Filipina, actually. It's a pleasure to meet you, Professor.
Does Filipino have a female version of the word? I didn't know that. I don't think I've ever heard a Filipino woman call themselves Filipina. I mean, these guys are literally a Filipino company, so obviously not doing against them. Yeah, looks like it's the thing, huh? Never heard of that in my life.
Ah,
So
your
I
name
am.
carries a lot of history, Miss Santos.
So I am a Canadian Filipino, so yeah.
Just Andrew is fine. Don't do what Ashton's doing. He doesn't listen to this old man.
I like this guy's vibe. He's kind of like stocky, but he's kind of cool. I don't know. I find him cool. He doesn't listen to anyone, more like. The awkward tension typically present in the first meeting dissipates after that. I was expecting someone strict and, to an extent, someone severe. But Professor Andrew Clark is definitely the opposite of what I have in mind. The more personable kind, similar to a grandfather who dotes on you at family gatherings. It's obvious why Ash has taken a liking to him.
Ashton tells me there's something you wish to discuss that I could help with.
Yeah, I'm cursed, sir.
Let's hear it then.
I give Ash a hesitant glance, but he just nods and gestures towards Andrew with his head. He's leaving this to me. It's my story to tell, after all. I keep it short and concise. I found a letter in this old mansion. Now I'm cursed. Exactly as I have told Ash and Zach when they asked about it. I don't mention the name of the place. Well, that would probably help, I would assume. No use saying it now that someone else legally owns it. No use dragging other people into my problems.
I'm sure it's that letter I found. But I don't know anymore. I just want to know how to escape this nightmare.
Of course. We're talking about the one in Anslem Village, aren't we?
He knows.
How did you...
Because it's cursed.
Don't look so surprised. There's only one place popular enough here if we're going to talk about hauntings. I once had a colleague who wrote about it and the urban legends surrounding the place. Years worth of study, but fascinating.
Even though he won't help us forcefully break the curse with spiritual powers, he might give us the tech to learn about the woman cursing us so we can help her. And she's kind of bending our arm here.
It's a shame he passed away at such a young age. He would have done a much better job at explaining topics like this one compared to me. Ashton here might disagree, but it's an interesting topic in sociology, if you care to have an open mind.
Yeah, guys, open mind, dude. That's what I'm saying.
Studying the science and theory behind it is completely different from outright believing in it.
Come on, bruh. You would believe it too if you've seen what we've seen.
You don't believe in those stories, sir?
Now, this isn't a question of belief. All I'm saying is things like these speak a lot about a place's culture and history. And it's not just limited to ghosts. Monsters, gods, you name it. Even you, Miss Santos.
What about me?
How you respond to these stories. It tells a lot about you and your upbringing. In the same way it tells me why our detective inspector here finds such topics absurd.
Dude, I'm saying, maybe I'm overgeneralizing, but I swear a lot of Filipino people, or maybe Southeast Asian people in general, are a lot more superstitious. I feel like, anyways. Like, even if I make a joke about anything supernatural with my mom, she would get so pissed at me, dude. But she legitimately thought our house was haunted for a while because of... Actually, I don't want to talk about the event since it's a little silly, but yeah, dude, I believe it, dude. Cultures definitely brings into people's personalities and stuff. And then since I was born in Canada, I'm kind of a hybrid here, you know. But yeah, based Andrew, I like this guy. Save us, please.
Interesting, isn't it?
Save us with the knowledge. My head is starting to spin from all of this. I'm not the smartest person around, but I understand what he's trying to say, trying to get at, I think. It's still too much to take at once. I look for Ash for help, but his eyebrows are drawn in a frown. If he keeps staring like that at his cup, I'm pretty sure it'll crack soon.
There's still something you're not telling.
Didn't I tell you everything the other day?
Yeah, but you mentioned the rights. Then you proceeded to drop the topic right after. What's with that?
They don't have anything to do with this.
Rights. Luke and Hannah, right?
The big shots.
Yeah, they're the ones who got the place.
Ah, I'm not surprised. They're the kind who gets what they want once they set their eyes on it.
From what I've heard, word gets around.
A heavy sigh escapes my lips. Popular or not, they're just my clients, albeit a little pushy, but just clients, end of story. I wish you'd stop pestering me about them. I don't know what to say here. I feel like I know you're trying to help is a little demeaning, but I'll do it anyways. It went up! Based. Dude, I'm going for the positives, man. See, even though we know bits and pieces about characters, you kind of like know what you want to choose that will help actually boost stuff, right? That's what I'm aiming for. All boosts. We're not purposely tanking anyone's relationships, all right? We're friendly. What is it again that Becca does when dealing with a particularly difficult child? The pesky annoying kind? I wish I could remember. I could certainly use the same trick about right now.
Ashton, look here. I know you're trying to help, but the deal's almost already closed. The papers are being prepared. Once it's done, it's over. I'm just their agent.
And when is that happening?
When what? Is there even a purpose to this line of questioning?
Your working relationship with them. When's it going to end?
Like, soon?
About a week from now. It depends on how long the approval process would take, but they wanted us to rush it.
Really? You're absolutely sure about that?
Hey, is Ashton like... Are they being like criminally investigated or something? It sounds like Ashton thinks they might be trying to wrap Isabella up in something criminal or enticing her in the criminal world. I mean, that kind of made sense. You got a detective and some rich people, you know. Interesting. Okay, I didn't even really think about that. How characters can connect. I mean, I guess we saw that with Mariana. Might be had something spicy with Luke, but okay, possibility going on here.
Yes, really. Unless they want to buy a house again and want me and Rose to be their agent. If yes, then I don't see a problem with it. Now stop annoying me about it.
Don't accept it.
What? Why? It's my job.
Also, it's a lot of money. Oh lord, even my younger siblings aren't this difficult to deal with. Then again, Ash is far from a younger sibling to me. If he'd only spell it out, surely I'd understand. But we wouldn't even have to talk about it right now. That's how it is, right? Find an even ground and talk about it like the adults we are. It wasn't like this before, but something along the way, something has changed in us, as people, as friends. I wish there's a way I could tell when or why. Instead, I'm left searching blindly for reasons. The next thing you know, we'll be drifting further and further apart. How frustrating.
Now, kids, settle down. We're not going to solve anything by shouting.
Sorry, Sir Andrew.
And we're not going to solve anything either if you keep omitting things.
Oh my
Speak
god.
for yourself. I'm not the only one doing it.
You'll have to forgive my former student, Miss Santos. He's always been the curious kind. Many people think he's lazy, but it's actually the opposite.
Very prying.
I see that hasn't changed.
Oh, really? How is he back when he was your student? I'm sorry, I need to ask. He doesn't talk much about that.
And there's a reason why. Please don't.
Tried to sleep on the first day of class. He didn't repeat it after what I made him do when I caught him. Students like him are the easiest to deal with, once you know what piques their interest.
Oh, sorry, I was sneezing.
I'd have to say, He's one of the very few who's actually interested in the subject, though. Ah, but there was this one time when...
By the end of the conversation, Ash looks like he's praying for the ground to swallow him. He's never been one to talk about himself. What I know about him are mostly bits and pieces I've gleaned over the years. He's an atrocious singer, he's bad at art, and he even has a personal vendetta against mornings. Now? Now it feels like he isn't that hard to figure out after all. It's post-noon where Andrew has to leave us for another meeting. Did we get like any tech? But before we separate...
Miss Santos, a word of advice. Just keep in mind that when it comes to cases like this, things aren't always what they seem.
Psychotherapy not included, so we didn't get any therapy. Unlucky. Damn it, dude, he didn't really help us at all. Unless we buy the book that his colleague wrote, or he gets us the report. That would be nice. Naturally, the mansion and the letter was brought up several times during our talk. And though Ash is right in that Andrew offers a different perspective, he has left me with more questions than answers instead. What is she? What does she want from me? Is she ever going to leave? They all continue to bug me after we've left the coffee shop. Not this song, dude. I don't even notice when Ash takes a different turn on our way back.
Where are we going? You can drop me off at the park.
Guess. You have 3 chances.
I'm serious, Ash. Where are we going?
Movie time? He doesn't answer, but shortly he stops his car in front of the small, nondescript food stall a little ways away from the movie house. If I wasn't paying closer attention, I would have missed it without a doubt. He motions for me to wait as he gets off his car and walks in its direction. Sheesh, if you want to buy something, just say it. No need to make yourself look mysterious. It makes you look more like a dork than cool. I mean, if he's buying us free food, I will take it with grace. The wait isn't long, however. Soon he's walking back, holding 2 fish-shaped cones in both hands. Ice cream? Parfait? Across of the 2? By the time he's back in the car, I've given up any effort to figure out what he bought. Now that it looks bad. Not that it looks bad, it's actually quite cute.
Here, take it.
I have to move my head back a little when he thrusts it at me, to avoid the ice cream and the fruit toppings from ending up on my nose.
What's this for?
It's what do they call this things again? Even though I've been to Japan, I never actually bought one of these. And I've seen them in like Asian food festivals at well, in here in Canada. It's not takoyaki. It's not takoyaki. Sorry, there's been a lot of takoyaki talk on the channel. I forgot.
My arm's getting tired.
Whatever. You all know what it is. Probably.
5, 4, 3, 2.
With a wary glance, I take it off his hands. I still don't understand why there's a need for ice cream today. Nevertheless, I take a small bite. It's actually pretty good. It must have shown in my face because he chuckles as soon as I take another one.
Saw the place open the other day when we watched Zach's movie. Thought I should give it a try.
It did kind of sound like he wanted to ask her on a date at the end of the phone call. Dude, I ship it, though, again. It's kind of wonky with the whole Becca thing.
It doesn't seem like a bad place to get food from time to time.
And you're giving me free ice cream because...
Do I need to have a reason?
Are you really going to ask me that?
Here's the thing with Ashton Frey. He does not just treat anyone to free food because he feels like it. He's that much of a Scrooge. Hell, he even asked me to teach him how to haggle once. Haggle, of all the people who'd asked me that. I'd have expected such a request from Becca, but Ash? Not at all. If I'm going to be honest, he looks a bit constipated with that expression on his face right now. I think he's starting to regret ever buying this.
The other day? The movie with Zach and Rebecca? Rebecca's there, yeah, I think so. Yeah, anyway, during the movie, that's to say,
Bruh. Bruh. Wouldn't it be funny if he doesn't actually like Isabella and he's just like, yo, can you help me hook up with Rebecca? The biggest plot twist.
Shit. Should have written down something first.
Feel like he likes Isabella though. I don't know, take your bets. It's one of the two, I think.
Get to the point, Ashton.
Right. I'm sorry.
What?
I'm sorry for, not
Oh
getting
my
to the
god.
point.
I love it.
I'm sorry for the other day. I got carried away. I said
No,
things that
he likes
said-
Isabella. There's no way.
I shouldn't have done that. I'm sorry.
Sorry, Becca. Better not be salty about it, but that's my ship. It's already over. Pretty much boosted to the top. I'm surprised Marianne likes us so much. Probably because we've been so compliant in getting the house fast, though. Hannah and Luke apparently has not moved at all, even though we've been... Sorry. Double sorry? Even though we've, like, helped them, so... What's up with that?
Oh, okay.
Okay? That's all?
I
That's all you're
forgive
going
you,
to say?
Ashton. Friends fight sometimes.
You're not still angry, are you?
You didn't have to buy me anything. A simple sorry would have been enough.
I bite into the tone again, a small attempt to keep myself occupied and relieve the heat crawling up my face. It doesn't work, but at least I don't have to look at him. Why am I feeling embarrassed over an apology? I have no idea. It's not like it wasn't called for. They were being mean, especially him, and in that fraction of a second, it hits me. He skipped his day off just for today. I should be the one apologizing and thanking him. He did take a day off and hooked us up with a professor. You know, he's pulling a lot of stops out. Silence is an awkward company while we finish our respective snacks. There's our words for this. For people like us, for understandings and sentiments like this, yet in this instance, they won't come. As promised, he drops me off at the park right after, phrases unsaid still hanging heavily in the air. It was cute. We're in the park though. Look at that. Look at the design of these characters. That's kind of funky. In this weather, the city park gives off a leisure, a more languid vibe than usual. They love their thesaurus. I respect it, dude. I'm not even mad. Where children are usually seen running around and playing, there are now people lying, leaning back on their picnic blankets, simply enjoying the afternoon sun. The smell of the food drifts from nearby carts, and if the wind blows in the right direction, one would catch the whiff of freshly trimmed grass. Maybe I should try walking home today, get my mind off things. To try to find the words somehow. I haven't done that in a while.
Thanks, Ash, for today.
No problem. Say hi to Rebecca for me.
Why do you have to add that?
Yeah, I will.
Makes it weird. Don't do that. Even so, I linger. We both do. A mild, humid breeze brings the smell of dried leaves, warm earth, and a far-off, distant memory. Of false starts and awkward first meetings. Oh my god, what is this? I like it. It's like it's nice. It's like a little day for just a date break, you know? Respect. Like it. I did it. Same place, same people playing the same parts. Funny how of all the days, my brain chooses to remember it now.
Wait, Belle.
Ash exits his car, his strides are unsteady when he approaches me. Or maybe this is his uncertainty showing. I'm not quite sure. He's never... Whoa! I missed! Sorry! Or maybe that's his uncertainty showing. I'm not quite sure. He has never looked uncertain to me before. He stops a short distance from me. What even happened? I don't know. Always calm, always sure, and always collected. He stops a short distance from me, close enough that he is within an arm's reach, but just far enough for his voice to be heard over a decent small talk. If this is what it's going to be. He fumbles for something in his pockets.
Here, catch.
Good luck charm! Dude, will this ward off Kyoko from harassing us? The small bag lands cleanly on my outstretched hands before it hits the ground. I raise an eyebrow at him and he responds by shrugging and stuffing both of his hands back in his pockets. Somewhere to the side, he finds an interesting spot to look at. Sometimes you have to wait, Papa said long ago. For once this time, I listen. His voice is halting, hesitant when he finds it again.
My mom used to make me carry around one of those when I was young. To ward off evil and bring you luck, she said.
Yo, actually helping.
I don't believe in this kind of thing now. But if it makes you feel safe, since you're a total scaredy cat, then I guess it's okay to give you one.
Alright, Ashton, no need to raise your voice. That kind of startled me. Perhaps at the moment there aren't any words for it. I've never been good with those. But right now I could thank him in the best way, Anna. You're not bad after all. Can be nice when you're trying. They're both kind of disses. I like the first one though. It's more of a diss. It went up! I'm a god! Never going down, baby. We're going full bar Ashton. I close the short distance separating us, and lightly, in place of phrases one couldn't spin together or answer too early to seek out, I lean over. Oh my god. How is this going so fast? Oh my god. What is this? Dude, we hated him for such a long time. I'm the matchmaking god. Sorry, Rebecca. It's already sealed. Ashton and Isabella, that's my one pairing. If it can set you up with Zachary or something, then good luck, I guess. Or whatever. Unlucky. I don't want to. I mean, there's the thing with thumbnails is I kind of just like don't want to show this though. This is some hype moment. I gave him a little pet on the cheek. The touch is short, fleeting. The kind that speaks volumes of boundaries we don't often cross as friends. Nevertheless, the thought is there. It lingers. In the gentle autumn wind that passes, in the empty space separating us, when I step back and look at him with a smile. It's easy to express gratefulness this way, isn't it? At least, with my own family, that's the case. For the two of us, I'm not quite sure. Did he understand? After all, gratitude is considerably harder to put into words, when you've spent the latter half of your friendship teetering between good-natured jests and ruffling each other's feathers. Seconds pass before he clears his throat. His face has gone remarkably red, whether from the heat or something else I can't quite tell. Hello? Is this kiss thing not like a romantic thing from Isabella? Is it just a sign of really good friendship? I think that might actually be it. Oh, not the moment you thought it was. But he understands. I know he does. Because the smile in him when he finally meets my eye is the gentlest I've ever seen him show.
I, gotta go. Got some reports I forgot to file the other day.
Yeah.
Sorry, my little
See you
stuffy
around.
tonight from allergies. It's the curse of spring, dude, you know. It's better weather outside, more pleasant, but allergies is the side effect.
Thanks for the ice cream and the charm.
Don't lose it. We won't find one here again if you do.
I won't. I might move like I have 2 left feet, but I know how to take care of my own stuff. I'm not a total klutz.
I know.
In Belle, remember that one time?
Devlin Court?
Oh, I do, with all the clarity in the world.
You. At the time, when we. What I'm trying to say is that you can rely on me if something. Anything happens. Not the exact same thing, of course, but you get the idea. I'll be around.
I'll keep that in mind. You're not that bad after all.
Before leaving, he waves at me one last time. The next time we talk, we'll be back to the way we are. No. Because at the end of the day, that's how things always move between us. My matchmaking skills, I'm gonna push it. You can't stop me, Isabella. What we're familiar with, what we're comfortable with. But for all that, it's always easy to put my own faith in him. I just hope I can keep them safe, keep him safe. Kissy update. Oh, yeah, new day. Professor Clark, Ashton Frey, and Isabella Santos met up at a coffee house to discuss the rumors surrounding the mansion. The professor warned the young woman not to take everything at face value. Before parting ways, Ashton gave Isabella a charm and supposedly words of evil to help put her mind at ease. A light wind blows again, sending dried leaves swirling, the distant smell of the earth into the air. For the first time, the sunlight feels less harsh. Maybe a walk is good. I need to visit the grocery too, as long as we don't get ganked by Kyoko. We're having a pretty good day today. Come to think of it, wasn't there an art store that operated recently near the park? Oh, I thought I was not about to get freaking ganked. The cat's name is Baruthio. Or at least that's what it says on his that's what his collar says. Dude, we found a cat. With a little fishy thing on his collar. It's an odd name to give a cat in my opinion. But it speaks grace much like the one that carries it. It shows in a way he swishes his tail, and his eyes follow my hand's every movement. I'm not sure what he finds fascinating in me, to be honest. I wasn't the very picture of grace when he found me, after all. It was a bad idea carrying 2 heavy bags of newly bought art materials and groceries, without help or a sure ride home. In hindsight, perhaps I shouldn't have bought all of these at the same time. I didn't even make it past the park. And now I'm suffering underneath the glaring afternoon sun, hunched up on a park bench and drenched in sweat, in the company of a cat curiously watching my every movement. I hope it stays where it is. It's just a black cat, but back at home, they're considered ill omens. Yep.
Don't look at me like that. I can act
So I do
as
like
cool as
black
well
cats.
if I want to.
I like black cats, but yes, they are unlucky in a lot of places. Not that I've ever acted graceful in my life, of course. Growing up with a rowdy younger brothers and sisters does that. Or maybe it's the opposite? Mama used to call me a little troublemaker before. Well, graceful or not, there's no use moping. A short breather and I'm off home. Besides, it isn't like the company is bad, even if it's a cat, as long as it doesn't bite or cross my path.
Where's your owner, anyway?
He has one, doesn't he? An owner? That's what the collar is for, isn't it? A bandage is wrapped on one of its paws, though. I wonder what happened to it. Did he run away?
Well, if you don't have one, I won't be able to take you in. My apartment doesn't allow pets. I tried to bring one home before, a cat. Not black, of course. And Rebecca threw a fit before the landlady could.
I take a small pack of sweets from one of the beds beside me and pop it open. As I'm about to put it in my mouth, he meows. My hand stops.
Do you want one?
It doesn't meow again as if I'm expecting him to, but I take his unblinking gaze as a yes. I shift the piece into my palm and hold it out to him warily. He sniffs at it once, twice before.
Dorothea!
Oh shit. Who is it, Marianne? Probably. Haven't seen her in a while. He is looking pretty cool. We'll probably use this in the thumbnail just not to spoil the kissy. Like a good, properly trained pet, Berthio responds as soon as he's called. Recognition comes as soon as my head snaps into the direction of the voice. Miss McCullough. Hard to miss with her height.
I'm sorry. Did my cat hurt you? Miss Santos, was it? I'm surprised to see you here.
Nice cat.
Nice to meet you again, Miss McCullough.
Were you harmed in any way? I'm sorry. Veruthiel's not exactly fond of other people. Even run away from the veterinarian right now.
I mean, she's super. The accent is strong with her. But no, we were vibing with the cat.
Oh no, he was just sniffing my hand earlier.
My Veruthiel's a she.
Whoa. She? All this time I thought, how do you even like, I don't know. Personally, I can't really tell like a dog or a cat's gender without, you know, looking for the private parts. But yeah. The pause in the conversation, if this can be called one, is uncomfortable. We're merely two people working different jobs for the same client. Frankly, meeting like this doesn't happen a lot, and if it does, the simple nodding of the heads is enough. Still, trying to be friendly wouldn't hurt, right? Ooh, this is a hard choice. I think cat might be better than job. It went down. I didn't save. We don't save here. We just go with the flow. I keep my tone cordial and warm.
I'm actually surprised you have a cat, Miss McCullough.
Oh, that's such a diss. What the heck? It's always weird with choices like this where you choose something and then something different.
And why exactly is that? There are a lot of people who have pets.
We pissed her off.
Yeah, but not a black one. I'm amazed you're taking care of one.
I don't understand what you're trying to get at. Is there a problem with my cat?
No, not at all. She's very sweet. Just in other cultures, aren't they a sign of bad luck?
Back at home it is. My grandmother used to tell me stories about it, and
Nothing has happened to me so far.
displeasure is evident on her face. Whoops. Of course, I mean, yeah, she's the business-oriented person. I thought she might have a softer side, and we might like bond with her with that. But obviously, that was the wrong decision. Of course, I've forgotten that for other people, black cats are an omen of good luck. There you go again, running your mouth off, Isabella. Dude, we had such a major drop in the bar. Her bar was like up to here. It went freaking boom. I racked my brain for a way to remedy the situation, but she holds out a hand.
This is a good place to stop and end this conversation, don't you think so?
Oh, sorry.
It is good to see you again, Santos.
This is awkward. A complete dismissal if I've ever heard one. I watch her as she leaves. Through the shops, though she stops shortly before crossing the threshold separating the park and the street. She faces me again, looking like there's something she has forgotten to say.
By the way, about the Ermengarde mansion, with my clients, it's the rights, I mean, I hope you don't mind me asking, but has the deal been finalized?
There's still a few papers they need, but the house is more or less theirs now.
Ah, thank you. That's all I needed to know.
Wait, about the mansion.
The letter, the same one they saw. Whoever she is, she's asking for help. Someone. I wanted to tell Miss McCullough that the urban legends aren't just some legends anymore. They're real. She's not trying to believe me.
Don't mind me. I need to go too. Have a good day, Miss McCullough.
I hastened to pick up all the baits I've left on the bench and ran away, and ran as far as my legs can take me. In that moment, what I'm carrying in my hands weighs far lighter than the overwhelming guilt trying to consume me. Home. I want to go home. Anywhere where I won't be reminded of the house. Of her. Of my own cowardice. Journal update. That's our first like really negative choice, huh? It's a shame, but like I said, our first playthrough, we're just going balls to the walls. You know, we made our decisions. We made them count. No save stumming or anything. We're hardcore, okay? While looking after a lost cat, Isabella Santos met with the interior designer, Marianne McCullough. By chance, she also happened to be the cat's owner. The two were seen having a small talk before Isabella abruptly left. The food tastes less appetizing tonight. A pity. One would think that someone who had been on a continuous binge of instant noodles would find a home-cooked meal enjoyable. But it isn't. Hunger isn't what's gnawing at me tonight, neither are my sore muscles. The TV runs loudly in the background, but what it says barely registers in my brain. It's hard when the things you're trying to forget keep returning to the forefront of your mind. It distracts you. It eats at you. Devours you. I wish this would stop. I wish I wasn't the one who picked it up. I wish it was somebody else.
In other local news, a woman was found dead in her home.
Ooh.
Luxbourne police officials are currently investigating the crime scene, but has classified the case as homicide.
Ooh. Huh?
The victim, identified as Rose,
Rose!
33 years old, working as a real estate agent.
No, dude. Rose is dead. What the heck? Sorry, seaweed soup gang. I said I would try to protect her, but she kind of died. I don't think we had a choice, dude. Unless we did. Rose.
Discovered lying in a pool of blood in her two-bedroom flat with the words "Help me" repeatedly written on the walls.
Well. No. Looks like other people are in danger, not just us. Maybe we should actually help her, this lady, then. No. This isn't what I wanted. This isn't supposed to happen. None of this is supposed to happen. No one's supposed to die. They're just stories, right? Legends. That's what everyone has kept telling me, so why? And Immediately I rushed to my study table in search of my phone. My hand tore from dread clings tightly to it as soon as I touched its edges. A piece of folded paper. The letter, lying unassumingly beside it, slips to the floor when I pick up the device. But I pay it no mind. There are more important things. Right now, I need to call her. I was with her. I was just with her not too long ago, and she was okay. No. It isn't Rose, I'm sure of it. I just talked to her, and a sob escapes me, and hot tears begin to blur my vision. One after another, they trickle down, weighted by the very same guilt I refuse to admit I've been carrying from the start. The same one I've been hiding from. The same one that has put the people I care about in danger. My hand shakes as I navigate to Rose's numbers on my contacts list. She'll answer, right? That's what she always does. She'll pick it up and tell me to turn down the waterworks and call me a wuss afterwards.
She'll answer. Please answer, Rose.
Again and again I dial, whispering, praying, pleading.
Come on, Rose. Don't do this to me. Please pick up. I know you're there, Rose. You're not dead. Please tell me you're not.
This adds to the series of deaths and disappearances that has plagued Luxbourne in the recent years. The authorities are currently looking at a possible link with the notorious Anselm Butcher case.
The TV runs loudly in the background, a deafening static sound from my phone speakers. But in my ears I can only hear the screams, her pleas, her whispers. We are not safe. Well, we're having such a nice day. And, fun date, and then Rose died. We made a bad choice, and then Rose died. I think that's actually just story-based. I don't know if we could actually save Rose, but, rip Rose, I guess. Anyways, guys, we're gonna end this episode. Thank you for watching. Now I think we're more motivated to solve the mystery, so we should probably start actively trying to solve the mystery. And yeah, rip Rose then, rip. You were a cool lady. But yeah, hopefully we will stop anyone else from dying though, the best we can. But yeah, thanks for watching. Hopefully you enjoyed this episode, and I will see you next week for some more The Letter. Bye.